turned off. So you can really see it. Photograph of me and my best friend September on the corner.
Award-winning stuff that. The curtain came down on the Durban International Film Festival yesterday. Saturday night's closing ceremony revealed this year's winning creators and their works. Among the winners is 23-year-old filmmaker Sibs Shongwe-La Mer, whose film Necktie Youth was named the best South African feature film as well as best director. Judges commended Shongwe-La Mer for, and I quote now, displaying a unique contemporary voice, weaving together poetic images and a striking view of South African youth with a boldness seldom seen in South African cinema. End quote. So I think job well done. Congratulations are in order. Thank you so much for joining us, Sibs. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Talk to us about the process of putting together Necktie Youth.
Well, I mean, the film was based on a personal history. So, you know, I had an unfortunate tragedy of the suicide of my girlfriend when I was 14, which started me contemplating my generation and the kind of malaise that these affluent post-apartheid kids had. So I started writing various versions of the script from the time I was about 14 up until, you know, we managed to get to the shooting script. So it was basically, yeah, about almost a decade of work and introspection.
Years in the making.
Yeah.
So what was it like to receive an accolade for that? Is it a pat on the back and a high five, job well done?
Right. I mean, it was incredible. Especially, I mean, cinema, since it's such a medium that takes so much, you know, you need so much resources and there's so much time and preparation and so much effort that goes into it. It's amazing to get, you know, recognition for a project, especially one so personal and something so close to my heart, you know. So to actually get acknowledgement for it at home especially was incredible.
The art industry is one that is so risky, and I'm a parent and I can only imagine what it's like to say to anyone who's responsible for you, I want to be a director or I want to get into media, to the arts industry, and they're thinking there are no jobs there and only a select few people make it. Speak to us about your upbringing and your family and support that brought you thus far.
Well, I mean, I've been very fortunate in the sense that I've had, you know, I have very liberal parents, I suppose, who were, you know, I grew up more with being told, you know, that the value was just work hard at whatever you do, and there wasn't any necessary pressure to go one way or another in terms of career choices. They kind of just instilled the value of commitment, drive, and dedication, and just said, as long as you apply that to whatever you do, we'll be proud. So, I mean, I was encouraged to look at different things that I was interested in. I played a lot of instruments as a kid. I did a lot of photography. I was in plays, and my parents were very supportive for it. And, you know, when I decided I wanted to be a filmmaker, they, you know, sat right behind me. And they, you know, the reality of the situation is that, you know, a lot of people, statistically, most people that get into this art form, in any art forms, never actually see the success that they look for. But I kind of just had a drive, and I had a lot of support of people around me who never really told me not to do it.
And I think they're breathing a huge sigh of relief. The gamble worked.
Exactly.
But talk to me now about the accent. I'm picking up a slight American accent there. Is it because of the kind of work that you do? Did you spend time overseas?
Yeah, I spend time. I still spend a lot of time overseas, but I spent time in the States when I was growing up. My parents went to Wesleyan University, and my dad then was like an Oxford Rhodes Scholar. So I mean, it's something that was never lost, I suppose.
And talk to me about the broadened perspective, because I think when you live in different areas and you come back to South Africa, it just makes you see things differently. One is not better than the other. It just broadens your perspective. Does that feature anywhere in your work?
More so now, you know, more so now that I travel quite relentlessly, and I've been exposed to a lot of different cultures and a lot of different artistic sensibilities, that I'm more aware of the Afro-contemporary environment when I come back, and actually I think it makes my work a lot stronger, because my comments on South Africa are a lot more vivid and real to me because I suppose when you're too close to home, you don't really see a lot of the interesting stories and stuff that are happening because it's so just part of your life. But when you kind of leave or you're in Germany for a couple of months and you come back, then, you know, even the taxis and everything like that starts being very interesting, exciting again. And the language of South Africa becomes something I want to engage in again.
Sibs, thank you so much for that. Now, if I want to watch this movie, is there a particular website or how do I get my hands on it?
Well, it's coming out nationwide on Ster-Kinekor in September. So that would be the first release. And then after that, it will be going on to Mnet and such. So I hope that will be widely accessible and you'll get a chance to see it.
At the age of 23. Good on you. Thank you so much.
Well
done again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We have unfortunately run out of time. All good things have to come to an end at some stage. So we'll do it all again tomorrow morning, bright and